as I said, Reggie, the way she's operating right now, she would rather be a lieutenant that is handpicked by me and Ray with absolute power. She wants to be in a position that you, KJ, and Perez are. That's the aim here. That's what you need to see. She's not bothered about winning the favor of people. She wants the favor of the leaders.
Okay. So the most concerning one, not surprising, is Fiona. Now the reason why she was most concerning is she sounds very checked out.
Okay.
I stopped the half-yearly review to try and give her a little bit of a pep talk, which I've done several times recently. And it's getting to the point where I'm about to come down on hell and tell her to either fucking pull her socks up and start doing her shit, or fuck off. Because yes, people are allowed to be.
A pussy, mate.
Yes, people are allowed to be upset. You know, need to find themselves, that kind of shit again, right? After what happened, but to a certain degree, if I have to keep harping on the same fucking shit, and you keep saying the same shit back to me, it just ain't fucking working. Like I told her, focus on the people that said yes. Go out and maybe ask people, see if they said no. Find out why they said no. Make a change. And she said it's not up to her to do that. People can come to her.
What? Wait,
yeah.
What?
Fucking hell.
What the hell?
Now, one of the more concerning ones. One of the more concerning ones was the question of, if Hades needs everything you have right now, cars, guns, houses, would you give it over? Her response was no. She said she's given over 3 of her cars to the gang. She has 1 house that she shares with her husband that isn't hers to give over. Her banshee is for her. She thinks 3 cars is suffice.
I mean, that's not so bad. I understand that.
That's not a bad deal.
I mean, you guys forgot what you guys said at the start with this all.
Yeah, I get that, but like husband house, that's a different story.
Oh, I'm not saying. Okay, you're focusing on the. She says no at the start, right? Now, with that said, to me, she's not all in anymore. Every other person, like I said to you yesterday, Benji said yes. Even if they were bullshitting and they wouldn't actually do it without asking that kind of shit, everyone else said yes.
Yeah.
Because they're all, like, they're showing that they're all in, right? But her answers through this was telling me that she was checked out. When even asked if Hades is a gang, I don't know. Yes, I guess. Not a traditional gang. When asked if you could change one thing about Hades, what would it be? Structure. Sometimes I don't know how I'm supposed to do things because things are changed daily depending on the mood of people. But don't get me wrong. I like Fiona. I think that she brings a different kind of flair to everything. But like I said, there's only so many times I can try and give you a pep talk. You need to listen to the words I'm fucking saying. If you're not going to listen to them, then why the fuck am I even saying them? Why am I even bothering?
I have some thoughts. I might have misheard the last thing you said, but wait, can you repeat that very last thing? But the other shit with her, like not giving the cars and houses. Yeah, what is the structure? Just say that slightly again.
So it was, if you could change one thing about Hades, what would it be? Her response was structure.
Yeah, but what
sometimes
does that
mean? I don't know how I'm supposed to do because things are changed daily depending on the mood of people.
Yeah, but I don't understand. What did you ask her to elaborate?
So that was her elaborating. Essentially, what she's saying, right, is the fact that she thinks that things are changed structure-wise, like, well, how we run things depending on your guys' mood. So that would come down to
like lieutenant shit.
Yes, correct. That's how I read more into that, is about the lieutenant stuff, about saying votes don't matter, that kind of stuff, and then votes did matter. Apparently, also the conversation that she had between you guys, it didn't land too well. Apparently, Benji, you said something to her, and she didn't like it too well.
I mean, listen, okay. I'm gonna say it, right? This is how it is. Structure. I think this is that's just a cop-out issue for a structure that doesn't fit her, right? That's fine. The problem here is, okay, that I think Fifi fundamentally has always been treated special. And it's been, maybe, I think I've heard her say about 3 times so far in every conversation about hierarchy and power. She always refers to herself as an equal to Lang. And every single time that comes up, she said, I was on equal standing with him. I was never gaslit by him. I'm different. You know what I mean? And she prides herself on that. And frankly, I don't think she can survive in Hades if she's just not happy as a member. I think the way that she will thrive and actually enjoy Hades is if we treat her like how she believes to be unique and better than the rest and keep her special. And if we don't do that, I think we're at risk of losing her.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Actually,
So,
100%.
I mean, so the question now is, do we treat her special like that? Or do we ask her to open her eyes and see that she's special enough, even just as a member? That's the question, right?
I mean, that's a great point. And then like, if you do the second thing, you're risking her just being like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Because this is it, okay? She reverts to, I already know Fifi, man, without even seeing her. The people that she calls, the people that she hangs out with, are people that would prioritize her in any given situation, you know? Be it Marlo, be it maybe her husband, anybody that will see or be a bit more biased towards her, that's her preference. And that's all good. That's normal. That's normal for anybody to do. But you know, I don't know, man. I just, it's sad for me because I think a part of her will force herself to just be Hades to prove that all that she said since the beginning is true, like her loyalty and whatnot. She ain't going nowhere. I think she's gonna, like, you know, I think she'll try to do that while assessing if she's gonna be special anywhere else. And I don't know how we want to deal with that. That's up to a collective kind of issue. You know what I mean? Because I don't personally see a problem with Fifi, but as a gang leader, how I know the boys and the girls, I just don't know if it will work, man.
And asked about whether or not she was going to push for lieutenant again. She said no.
Of course not.
She said that she's just going to do her thing, and if it's given to her, then it's given to her. If not, she's not worth
Exactly.
it.
She will not do lieutenant again unless we say, "Oh God, Fifi, you were right. We needed you. You're the difference maker. We give you the position." That is what she wants. That is the goal. That is the aim.
It's crazy though. The crazy thing is, I've been trying to push her to to try and change and make the changes and find out why there's no's. And every time I am just met with a fucking roadblock, man. Every fucking time. Like, okay, I have put so much effort in to try and push this shit through for her.
As I said, Reggie, the way she's operating right now, she would rather be a lieutenant that is handpicked by me and Ray with absolute power. She wants to be in a position that you, KJ, and Perez are. That's the aim here. That's what you need to see. She's not bothered about winning the favor of people. She wants the favor of the leaders. So I don't know, boys. Like, how do you guys want to approach that, man? Because I would love to help her to be happy just how she is. But is that going to be enough for her, man? That keeps on being the question, man.
I mean, to be honest, I just agree with Benji saying.
Like, Ray, I'm telling you right now, man.
Brother, I completely agree with everything you said. You literally said what was on my mind. You either go with the thing where you give her the position back or treat her specially, which, I mean, Fifi is great. Like, here's the thing. We both like Fifi. But the problem is, it's not what we like. It's the fact that if we... Let me try to close the radio. It's the fact that if we treat her special like that, other people will feel neglected. It's the facts, being a gang leader, right? Mm-hmm. And the second thing is, if you don't put her in that position or you don't treat her specially, she will just end up leaving. She will be thinking about other places she can go. She'll be thinking about what her husband's doing in the ADMC and other things going on. And then she'll just think about, okay, well, maybe Hades isn't it for me because people just don't care about me. But the fact is, the fact of the reality is people do care about her. I don't think she realizes it nor wants to put the effort into realizing that actually there's a lot of people that fuck with Fifi heavy. And the problem is she's so like in her own head about this lieutenant shit that she'll never see that.
Yeah, I agree strongly with that. Like, I tried to get that point across to her, especially how I told her to focus on the yeses. Focus on the people that said yes, that believes that you can do this. And sit there focusing on the no's and try and work towards fixing the no's. She just didn't want to.
Here's the thing, right? We can give her time to find her plan B, plan C, plan D, and then ask her the big questions because it becomes more realistic of a question. Or we can kind of orchestrate this where before she sees any other option, and then we keep her in Hades. But I prefer the first plan because I hate forcing people to be in my gang or our gang, and it's not really where their heart wants to be, you know?
I agree. I'm okay with it.
Bro, listen, I just don't think there's any... It's so hard for me, man. I genuinely, like, as a person, dude, I would choose to hang out with Fifi every fucking day. I'm not even capping.
Yeah,
I think it's great energy. She's fucking funny. She can do the job. I remember when Hades was smaller and she was involved in everything just by default. It was a very good time. My problem is just like, you know, as a leader, I know that some of the harsh decisions that I make are gonna hurt her. Like, I know it. You know what I mean? Like, when I say something and I don't choose her, or I choose somebody else, I know it hurts her, man. I don't like the feeling, bro, but fuck, what am I gonna do if it's for the gang, man? And if we start treating somebody special like this, I don't know. Treating her special is also a possibility, right? I don't know if you want to do it, though.
I guess it depends on the details, right?
I don't know, man. I feel sad already, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I do too. Like I said before, I agree with you, Benji. I would hang out there a lot. I think even in the company days when she hung out with us, in the 80s, the beginning when she did everything with us, like, it was very different. It was very good times, you know? But, I mean, treating her specially is one thing. It just... How do you approach that? I think it just has to be a conversation that we just sit down and talk to her.
I mean, listen, this is the thing too, okay? I am not kidding about this shit, man. She's got Perez, who's been coddling since the beginning. And Ray, I know you have a special, you know, soft spot for her too. But I think you're more of a explain just to soften the blow type, from what I've seen.
Yeah, I will explain before soften the blow, but I will still take that blow, you know?
I feel like Reggie, you kind of nice to her too. But like the fact that
I've given her plenty more time than I give other people.
Exactly. And the fact is, I've seen Marlo decline an LT position that he's been gunning for, just to keep her happy. You know what I mean? Yeah, that brings me down here to think that does she really not feel special with the fucking hoops that everybody goes through? I don't know, man. Does it have to be said?
I think her own mind.
Does it have to be fucking said? Like, what the fuck?
That is facts, though. You make a very good point right there.
Brother.
I just don't know what else to do for her, man.
She got trialed to be LT because she is special, man. Nobody, bro, that was nobody's opinion for her to be an LT except for the leaders. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Yep. Yeah, people wanted Louis to be lieutenant because he'd actually like lead jobs and shit. They wanted Jaden to be lieutenant. Well, actually, we made Jaden lieutenant because of his position. He's a fucking IRS, you know? But yeah. And Tic Tac, the same thing with him. He fucking put in work every day, so people wanted to be lieutenant. Anyway, I'm a little bit over this conversation. I think the next step that I would like to personally take is just talking to her directly.
You want the truth, Ray? I said this to Benji yesterday. Had I got those answers and it was still Seaside, I would have cut her loose that day.
Yeah, I know, but it's not Seaside.
Because I don't deal with people being checked out. Like, I get that she wants to get through stuff and that, but if I've put in the effort to try and, you know, fix it and get through her head and it just keeps going nowhere, it's just too far checked out for me.
I get you. I mean, to be honest, though, I will make the valid point that while she doesn't actively hang out with the group right now because of her sadness or of her being in her head, she at least isn't doing anything to neglect or fuck the gang over.